When I was 2, I moved to Schnecksel, Pennsylvania, and until I was 18, this was the place I called home. Schnecksel is a small town where nothing ever seems to happen, very close to Allentown and about an hour north of Philadelphia. I grew up next to cows and cornfields. I played with the kids of my neighborhood where we made up our own games because there was nothing else to do, and it was unfortunately not very culturally diverse. Majority of the people I interacted with were from white middle-class families. It was not until high school, when all the towns merged together, that I even got a small glimpse into what a culturally diverse environment was. During my time in high school, I was fortunate enough to get a small insight into a culture other than my own. I went to Costa Rica with 30 classmates and 6 teachers as our chaperones for 9 days with educational tours. This was my first time in another country where I would not be staying on the hotel grounds with my family, but it turned out to be one of the greatest experiences of my life. With the help of 2 native Costa Rican tour guides, I got to explore the beautiful Costa Rican rainforests, zip line through them, and gain the appreciation for all it had to offer. Also, while I was in Costa Rica, I got to eat the authentic Costa Rican food and visit a school where they put on an authentic Costa Rican dance for us.
Noche de luna llena cuando estás en el corral, siempre noche entristecido y dan ganas de llorar. Por eso cuando la albarda anuncia que vas a pasear, felices de alegría, porque todas se bailan, caballito rigogliano.
This was such an eye-opening experience for 18-year-old me who came from a school with endless supplies. Though they had very little, these kids were so genuinely happy. They all had a love for life in school, and it was amazing to see as someone who was going to start college for teaching. Costa Rica was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me that opened my eyes to a diverse culture that was different from my own. It was a great stepping stone for me as I was about to leave my small town and move to Pittsburgh for college at Duquesne. Though I've been to big cities before, living in one was a culture shock to me. The first shock for me was the busyness of everything. Where I came from, there was little noise. I did not live on a main street, and you could go almost anywhere without having to get on a highway. The first week was unsettling, not just because it was my first week away from home, but the noises of the people, buses, and trains kept me up all night. Another big shock or overwhelming part of moving to Pittsburgh was the melting pot aspect. For the first time, I really felt as though I was being introduced to other cultures, ethnicities, and religions. Through my experiences at Duquesne, I had the opportunities to go into many different classrooms. I was in public and private schools that range from low to high SES. This really gave me a better understanding for everyone who makes up the city of Pittsburgh. It made me a more understanding and responsive person. Moving from a small rural town to a big city helped me grasp an understanding for more than just my own life. My world was expanded, and I'm a better person for it. I have created my own understanding of other cultures, races, and religions rather than just listening to what other people have to say. Though at first it was a huge change and a shock to my system, I have now grown into the city of Pittsburgh, and it's now the place that I call home.